Welcome to the Kids Caught in the Middle video series. Today's episode is about Chapter 9, Guardianships. Hello, my name is Liisa Speaker, and I wrote the book, Kids Caught in the Middle, How Families Are Harmed When Judges Don't Follow the Law. Now, guardianships are very much intertwined with the topic we talked about earlier, third-party custody cases. But they're separate chapters in the books because they really have a lot of different rules that apply to them. Guardianships are used when a parent perhaps leaves their children with a relative or family friend because maybe the parent just takes off and disappears and we don't know where they are. Maybe they need to go to rehab and they just don't leave the person with the appropriate authority to take care of their kid. And if the family member or friend doesn't have the legal authority to make decisions for the child while the parent is gone, then they need to go to court and get a guardianship so that they can have that legal authority, even if it's to bring the child to the doctor. Guardianships are easier to establish, they're easier to modify and to terminate. So there's some benefits to being a guardianship versus another mechanism that might be harder for a parent to get removed. And you should know that there are several different types of guardianships. I can't get into all the details about it today, but just to give you a quick overview, there's what's called epic guardianships under the Estate and Protected Individuals Code. Those often will start as a temporary guardianship, which will then turn into a permanent or full guardianship after a hearing. There's also a limited guardianship, which is under the Juvenile Code, and that's where a parent agrees to the guardianship plan. And then lastly, there's a juvenile guardianship also under the Juvenile Code, which is in lieu of termination of parental rights. So it is a really good option for some parents. If enough time has passed where the child's in guardianship placement with the relative or family friend, those people might decide, you know what, we want to adopt this child to be our own. We're the ones that are raising this kid. And so they can do that by seeking to terminate parental rights and adopt as a guardian. But there are special rules in place, and they have to have at least 2 years where the parent is not supporting or communicating with the child. And the last thing to be aware of is that everything with guardianships has to do with the best interest of the children. Unfortunately, EPIC doesn't include, and nor does Juvenile Code, include statutory criteria for what are the best interests of the child. So it's a little bit in flux as far as what are the courts going to look at. Some courts have been willing to look at the Child Custody Act because there aren't factors under EPIC or the Juvenile Code. If you want to learn more about how to advance the law, improve the law, and protect our clients' rights, you should go to my personal website, liisaspeaker.com, by clicking this link below.